All right, everybody. Make sure everything's working here. It is 9 o'clock at night, 9:15 on Wednesday, the 5th, and we have some incredible humidity levels out there to talk about. And I want to do a few things. I want to show you around the country. In fact, let me put this on the map right now. Talk about the storms, and talk just about comparison sake humidity levels. It's pretty astounding. So first, let me go over here to the map. I am broadcasting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm just gonna give me 1 second. Make sure this is up and running. Yep, there it is. Awesome. All right. So, a couple things before I get into the humidity levels and all of that. Let me show you what's going on here around the Philly area. We got some pretty strong storms, or at least some very heavy rainfall coming down right now here around Phoenixville, Norristown. This is up around King of Prussia. And we do have some of these really heavy rain rates that are moving through. The National Weather Service just recently issued this flash flood warning that went into effect, and this is going to be up until 1:15 in the morning with these incredible rainfall rates. But it's not just here in the Philly area. Notice that we have some storms out here into eastern parts or western parts of PA, down into West Virginia, trail it on down. Let me put this into motion. It's kind of the same system that's moving in from the south up to the north. And so there are pockets. It's not a big widespread thing, as you can see. But underneath each of these uh, is just incredible amounts of rain, inches per hour. But let me take this off the screen. What I want to talk about for a minute is the dew point temperature and just how incredibly humid things are around the country. So let me put on the dew point. Now, the dew point, let me stop the motion. Some of you might be wondering, what's dew point? Okay, so the dew point temperature is the temperature at which dew forms. All these 70s that you see on the map, that is a temperature. It's not some kind of like level or ranking. So 77 in Philadelphia. Okay, we're going to take that. Let's take this one here, for example. Cherry Hill, Bryn Mawr, 75, 76 Delran. These 70s, that 77 in Philly means that all you have to do is cool the air temperature down to 77 degrees. Once it hits 77, or whatever the dew point is, once that air temperature hits the dew point, it can't hold any more moisture. The air is at 100% humidity. And so, therefore, the invisible water vapor that's all around condenses and turns into liquid or dew. The higher the dew point, the more moisture in the air. So, think about it. Think of a dew point at 30 degrees or 40 degrees, and the air temperature is, let's say, 80. You have a 40-degree difference. You'd have to cool that temperature all the way down to 40 just to get dew to form because the air's so dry. There's a lot of room in the atmosphere. Dew point 77, it's 80. You cool it down 3 degrees, and it's just like a filled container. There's no more room for it. And so you get condensation, you get dew, you get areas of fog, things stay damp, little evaporation. And because there's that much water in the air, it feels absolutely miserable outside, just absolutely miserable. But here's what I want to show you. So 77 in Philadelphia tonight, which is, I mean, it's just remarkable. It's about as high as that dew point temperature gets. For comparison, as I widen this out, we go all the way down. Miami, Florida is a 77-degree dew point. Heck, Tampa's less. Jacksonville's less. Look at New Orleans. New Orleans' dew point is 3 degrees cooler than Philadelphia's dew point. It's just amazing. And they're right there on the bayou. They're there by water in the Gulf that's 90 degrees, right? You go over to Houston at 74. I mean, heck, look up here. Look at Waco, it's 63 degrees. That's darn right dry and pleasant. Dallas has a dew point of 65. It is so much more humid in Philly right now than Dallas, Texas. But you see from these colors, the entire basically Midwest and eastern half of the country right now has these very high dew points. 77 is one of the highest, and that is totally off the charts. That's just remarkable. But what it does is it allows these storms to just wring out the atmosphere. These storms develop, and again, I go back to the radar here, and there are storms around the region. The storms will take that moisture that's in the air, wring it out, and dump it, and that's why we deal with flash flooding, and that's why it's a problem. Speaking of flash flooding, let me show you a couple things around the country. So here is the what's called convective outlook for tonight. The light shade of green, it's down here on the bottom, is just a general thunderstorms. The darker green here is called a marginal risk. So this is a level 1. That's a level 1. Kansas City, Columbia, Missouri. We do have a general thunderstorms outlook elsewhere. That means thunderstorms are possible, but severe weather is unlikely. Now, tomorrow, notice that we have a couple of areas of that level 1. We have one right here through Oklahoma, Missouri. Got one up there in Nebraska, or Iowa, rather, and up into sections of North Missouri, essentially. Basically, I guess it is parts of Nebraska there. Yeah, sorry, that's Kansas. Why did I think this was Kansas? My bad. Yeah, Nebraska up into South Dakota, not Iowa. And then over here in Philadelphia, west of Philadelphia, there's also a level 1. We take it to Friday, and the eastern half of the country has the chance for showers and storms. But check this out. Here's the flooding risk. So tomorrow, level 1 for flash flooding includes the Philadelphia, PA, all the way down through sections of western North Carolina, South Carolina, eastern Tennessee. There's a level 2 risk for Columbia, Missouri, back over to Kansas City. And then we get into Thursday. That's tonight, by the way. Here's Thursday, level 1 risk all over the place. Friday, level 1 risk. Saturday, level 1. Sunday, level 1. I mean, there's just a lot of areas that are going to have the flooding risk around the country. And so we watch that because the storms are just going to dump. I mean, they're really just going to dump. Right now, we go back here to our map and we look at the overall warnings. There are not too many warnings. A few flood warnings out over West Virginia. Got the one here near Philly that we talked about. We go down here to the desert Southwest. Oh, look at this. These storms coming through the summer monsoon. I worked in Phoenix for 5 years, and summer monsoon was always so fascinating because summer monsoon, you generally get these storms that move in from the southeast. So again, you see that direction right here. Everything moving in from the southeast up to the northwest. Kind of the opposite of where it is for most places. Kind of this direction. Here are these storms moving this direction. Not all of them move to the east, but that's what they're doing. And there are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect through parts of this area. Got one here in Safford. Got one down here south of Wilcox, north of Bisbee. And those are going to be severe thunderstorm warnings that are around there. But yeah, the dew point, let's see, let's take a look, because normally it's bone dry in the desert. But the dew point temperature really is kind of what defines that summer monsoon. And, you know, okay, for 50s, that's not too bad right now. But for the desert to have a 60-degree dew point, 65 degrees, 62 in Phoenix, Arizona, wow, dry, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's, draw. That's kind of a thing. All right. Let's widen this back out. Playing with some of these tools. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm just playing around. I'm looking at some of these different parameters on this site. There's your temperature profiles. Yeah. Let's go back to the radar. Okay. Sorry, now I'm drawing. I won't stop drawing. That's all right. That's all right. I get it rolling anyway. So I just wanted to get on and talk quickly about the dew point temperatures because I find it to be absolutely fascinating. And we just have these remarkable dew point temperatures all over. Get ready to sweat. Be ready to have your air conditioner run. And by the way, one last thing. You have your house at 75 degrees. And maybe you don't have much air moving. And you're feeling like it's kind of warm in here. It feels kind of stuffy, whatever. You go outside and the dew point 77. So you go out and you immediately start sweating. You're dripping sweat. You come back inside. Suddenly that 75 feels like it's in the mid 60s in the house. It feels very cold, like chilly. And the reason for that is because you went out and you sweated. Now you have moisture. You got sweat, but you have moisture all over your skin. You walk into that house and the home's dew point is not 77. The dew point in the house is like regular bone dry, probably down in the 30s. So all of that liquid that's on your skin is evaporating and it's immediately being put into the air. It's evaporating from you. That is a cooling process. The energy that it takes to take the liquid from your skin and turn it into water vapor, go into the air, thus evaporation. The energy is taken from your skin. And that's why when that energy is taken, you feel cool because your body is expending that energy. It's releasing it. And so you feel cool. You're releasing heat. The opposite happens when condensation has. That's why steam burns are so bad. It's the heat plus the added, what's called latent heat. So anyways, thought you might find that kind of interesting. That is a look at what's going on tonight. I'll try to do some more quick streams here. It's one of my first ones that I've done, so I'm just kind of testing it out. If you followed on the page, thank you so much. If you subscribed, rather. I have a lot of videos I'm working on. I've been busy, obviously, forecasting weather in this crazy summer and things that are going on, but I'll be posting more here soon. I have a really cool one on El Nino. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll get it done. Have a good night.